took a bit of focus. Just a little bit earlier than what the countdown was saying. But that's all right. What you heard was me playing that flute in particular. This one. And this one I bought weirdly in not Glastonbury, or was it Glastonbury? In the UK many years ago, 2008 in fact. And all it's got on the back of it, and I still don't know who the actual person is that created it. Whoops, right in my face. There it is, a Navajo or something like that. Beautiful instruments, the Native American flutes, the style of the Native American flute. I was actually using it to get some flexibility. I didn't have to move those fingers much. It was more just holding the flute. So, and it's good morning times to Holly. How are you, Holly? Wonderful to see you here. It does sound beautiful, doesn't it? It's an absolutely perfect sound just for getting in that meditative mode, just spending some time elsewhere. It just takes me in different places. So I just felt I needed to, because what we've got in our card set this morning, our spread, is the cross back again. And I was a bit uncertain what I needed to do with that. And I've just noticed I've actually got the little picture up there of an inset. It's a picture-in-picture of the actual spread. So, oh, sorry, your phone kept freezing there, Holly. So here we are on the Be Live side with the hellos. We've got Sharon Rooney, good morning to you. And wow, that flute music's awesome. It really so is. Hoping it wasn't too squeaky. I haven't got a studio set up here where it's perfect for instrumental sound. It's set up for voice and doing these. So it does sound a little different, I think, if it's set with the right, the tools. But probably not what I'm going to be doing in the future. I like the voice and doing these rather than instrumentals. I'm not a musician as such. Good morning. Oh, did I say good morning, Tracy? Good morning. And Kathy, good morning to you as well. So it's wonderful to see you all here. And yeah, there's Holly saying, yeah, oh, what sounded beautiful. Now that was interesting. It gave the last comment there. And your phone kept freezing, as it looks like your environment is freezing. You're in that winter zone, aren't you? But you're coming into spring now, isn't it? We've had our last day of summer, so you should be coming into spring. Something to look forward to, isn't it? And Rosie, good morning to you as well. Lovely to see you here. We've got Amanda Mitchell now over on the mytimetv.live, and we've got Karen there as well. Wonderful to see you here this morning. Okay, now I'm going to move over to the cards there. Yes, there we go. Oh, it's gone crooked again. I thought I had it set up perfectly, or is it perfect? Just my teeny-weeny little itty-bitty line of Virgo. That Virgo energy. Here we go. Oh, Holly, yeah, you're hoping spring is soon. Well, it's one of those things. Our seasons move forward whether we like it or not, and the weather just happens as it is. And it's something we cannot control, even though I'm sure the humans in various places and spaces have tried, like cloud seeding and stuff like that. We've heard of it. We've read of it. Does it control the weather? Well, it certainly affects it, but is it control? No. The seasons will move on. The same as we're going to move on, because what we've got here right now is our cards. Home space, no, workspace, isn't it? Yes, workspace. The rider is in the workspace. You can tell that floating took me somewhere. Am I fully back? Yes. The rider is in the workspace. We've got the books in the home space. We've got lilies as our unexpected. We've got the cross as your role. And we have the man as that outcome. So wonderful, like a lovely set of cards. And over here, we've got from the Periscope stream, we've got DR. Hello, you like a reading? This isn't for individual readings, DR. It's actually a general card spread reading. So it's a great time to remind everyone, turn on your own intuition. Flick that switch that says, yes, I'm ready to receive what messages that Spirit, your connection with Spirit, God, Christ, in whatever way that you receive your little insights and messages, turn that on as we're reading through this as our guidance today. So here we go with the rider in that first space and place of the work. It's just the way that the spread is. It is putting the work in that first position. I might one day swap the meanings around and have that first position being the home space, because to me it feels like we live our lives from our home space, the home space of our heart. But here in the workspace, we've got that beautiful rainbow that we're riding, those potentials and possibilities, all those things that we're setting as our goals or our aims or our focus for today in workspaces, whether you're business, whether you're working for someone else, it doesn't matter. In whatever way that you are creating your work, that you're earning your income from, and even if you're unemployed, there's still things that you do that's in that type of work mode, that thinking of or planning. Put the rainbow as the base. Ride that pathway that's giving you the best opportunities and the greatest potential, and following your dreams. Set some of those dreams, set yourself on some of those dream pathways for your workspace today. It's what I'm getting there. So it's wonderful. Another troll. And Sarah, good morning to you. You just made it. That's wonderful. I'll try not to be too long. So I know some people, that's a very long comment there that person is putting. So I am gradually sort of suggesting to people that when you see something that's inviting you directly with your name to join in with a different reading from someone, look, it is definitely a choice, but technically they are spamming, they are trolling, and, whatever, it's your choice to make. But certainly it's those people that are bringing bad names, bad vibes, because they are effectively stealing the energy. Don't give it to them. And I'll continue on without that warning in future. But because we are being educated, we know what to do now because I've described it. So thank you, Sharon. Yes, I've seen your comment there too. So we're focusing on having that rainbow in our life, seeing that rainbow. And if you remember, as far as the actual physics of a rainbow goes, they only show when there is actually cloudiness or rain. The prisms of light that shine through those fine, delicate drops of moisture in the air, the rainbow needs that cloudiness or the rain, or it needs that is the moisture to actually have the light shine through and give us those colours of all the millions of prisms that are happening in a full rainbow. I stand in wonder as I see a full rainbow from horizon to horizon, and then a double one. And I have seen a triple, and that was just an absolute special moment to put the mind's eye to the magnificence of what we have as our potential in, the pot at the end of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. We all know that saying. It's that potential. Ride that wave of that rainbow, that energy in your day-to-day for the work. Focus on that and see the potential. And as we're moving into our home space, we know too that the way that we can grow ourselves, learn more about anything that we want to, is one way of communicating has been using books, the written word. And thanks for that, Holly. Be careful, folks. Listen to Roz. Lovely words. And here we are. We're speaking about communicating in a form of words, learning, sharing what we know. And in our home space, look, it can be as little as the notes, but I'd feel that if that was it, those little love notes or things that we see planted, sticky notes on fridges, a note to get something for the shopping and the rest, that would mean it's a letter. That's short writing. Here we have something that's going to sustain us for longer, a lot longer. And it can be that even in your home spaces, you're experiencing interesting interactions with those you're in relationship, your family members, your further out family members, like the cousins, aunties, uncles, and all that, the relatives, those that you can't choose, but we do choose, but those that, and then our friends, because our friends are in our circle of influence around our home. So we can sometimes have these journals or locked diaries that are the Dear Diary, because this does remind me a bit of that. It's all of that sort of in-depth communication, using our words, using the written word that we can go back to read or pick up to read at any point in time. So I'm feeling sometime through your day-to-day in your home space, you're going to be able to take that time to relax and read a good book. Or write what you're feeling in your journal in whatever way that you need to actually connect with something that is those words that are written to be read and shared. I'm feeling it is to be shared, even if it is just with yourself later on, to go back and read something that you felt 5 or 10 years ago, just to remember and remind yourself where you are at to where you're coming forward to now and where you are present in this moment now. Okay, that's what I'm feeling with the books as the home space. Now, lilies is that energy of ancestry, of what is the connection genetically back with our family. So having that time to reflect, and that could be part of what the home space is. In those unexpected moments, you'll have those little whispers in the ear. Moving my arm around too much, it's starting to hurt. If you just hang on a sec, I've got to put that down and take a drink. So sorry about this little interruption. I'm finding that I need to actually take the fluids in as I need. The more I'm talking, the more I do talk and chatter here. That's what happens, isn't it? You need a bit of a slurp or a bit of water. And Rosie, you was born in a town called Rainbow. You used to tell your dad that that you was a pot of treasure. He'd laugh and say it was always a good treasure. Oh, what a beautiful sentiment. Thank you for sharing that. Really, thank you. And it is that connection that we have with those moments that we remember of our relatives, and mostly our grandparents, I suppose, because our great-grandparents, by the time we're old enough to remember, have probably passed on, into our history books, I suppose, or, that they're on the other side. I do remember actually spending some time with great-grandparents. They were still alive at the time that I was young, that I was able to remember them. Certainly aged people at the time. And, as a kid, you don't really go up and chat with them a great heap, because I remember they were in their 90s and very old. But it's wonderful to actually remember that we are part of a lineage, and that lineage brings with it great wisdoms and knowledge that is passed down, even in our own upbringings. That influence is there in some form or another. So it's wonderful to actually have that remembrance, remembering and knowing that. So we're moving on then to what is the cross. As I saw that, I had to giggle to myself, because we had 3 or 4 instances of a spread very recently where the cross was there each day. It had changed its position occasionally, but it was there. And when I saw it popping in this morning, I thought, oh, that's going to be a fun one to interpret. But as I looked at it, I felt, see that beautiful glow of light. All I could feel and sense as I looked at this morning was faith. Absolutely nothing else. I don't get any other energy from this but faith and trust, and it's just that deep, deep love. And I think that's that connection that we're having from the past relatives, from our ancestral realms, from that has been before us. and we're having that huge hit of faith today. And I'm even feeling that energy in that heart center right now. It feels so, it's not a sadness, it's a beingness in connection with those who've gone before us in our families, in how we've lived our lives previously through that connection of what is the genetic family as well as our spiritual family. And it's just that beautiful glow from behind, that spirit, that golden connection of what is our highest being. It just feels so absolutely beautiful to have that faith, to know, sense into that, feel that knowing as you're moving through your day. That is your role. That is your responsibility. That is the task today. Remember, feel. It's not so much the remember, because that's going to come anyway. Here we've got that in the lilies. It's that feeling and sensing into, spend those moments that turn up unexpectedly to sit and feel. Feel where you're at in your day, being present and ever so thankful to be able to say, I have faith, I trust. And we start that with ourselves. Absolutely. And that moves us on to the man, that young gentleman, the strength, the potential, the possibilities. Here we are having him facing that rider. The rider is the first card in the deck. It's the start of fresh new energy. It's the strength of knowing with that faith that where we're going to be moving forward through and to is going to bring all that is that past, knowing what we're feeling in the present moment and what we have forward for us in our future. That trust and knowing, that faith, absolutely beautiful feeling of love. Spread it out in the world. Have faith that it will, I don't know, that it will reach those who it's needed for. So, I just got to go back to that. That was a bit of a bend. So with this spread today, I'm just going to get that one out of the way. With this spread today, move through your day with that focus in your heart center. You may feel and remember some of these cards as you're working through your day, moving through your day, being present in your day, each and every moment that you're actually doing what you're doing. Make sure it's an absolutely beautiful reading. Look, I'm saying reading because DR, I've already mentioned, you're asking again, may I get a reading? I don't do individual readings here on this show this morning. The rosboundy.com.au, you can book in, you pay for the reading, and I get to connect with you via Messenger or other means, email if you write it down in the booking, in the payment sheet, and I get back to you and we do a reading like this, or I just do I call it a dry reading where I do it by myself and you don't join in. That's how I do my readings for individual people, as detailed as it can be, in whatever, card set or not. It could be just straight reading. It comes to us in so many different ways, the way we receive our messages as psychic, medium, whatever label we want to put to it, just an intuitive sense. But that's the one where if you need to have a detailed reading for yourself that's personalised in whatever way we agree to do a reading, that's where you actually pay for the booking. And Melinda, you're here. You're just on the end of it, but that's okay. That's the beauty of having this technology where we actually can go back and watch a replay. So, and here we've got Sarah over on the Be Live as well. Beautiful cards. Thank you, Sarah. Yes, the faith and love is very strong. I've just felt it as soon as I saw that cross card. Was absolutely just faith, the word. That's why you were late this morning. You were having a sing in the shower with your past family members. And what a fantastic way to join in with them. And it's why I picked up the flute. I saw it in the bookshelf. And as much as I have been exercising these as much as I can at the moment, I'm trying not to rush it. I picked up the flute and thought, wonder if I can. And I held it and played it, and I thought, well, I don't have to move these fingers much. It's it's this that holds the flute, the right one. So I did. So I'm just really enjoying being able to continue sharing. I love this means, the technology, what we've got. Sometimes we take it so much for granted. Be interesting what happens if ever in any day at any point in time that a plug's pulled and we don't have power and can't do this stuff. I shouldn't wish that upon us, should I? But hey, we'll connect. We'll find the ways to connect. So we do find the ways to connect. So I'll be here again tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Certainly look at my website for what I do have there at the moment. I still haven't been able to do any extra in it. So if you've seen it, looked at it recently, it hasn't changed a great deal yet. So we'll have a look. See, just still, you can book in. I do, just a reminder with the Healy, I am using it at the moment. I'm running, is it? No, it's still running one of its programs. So that is on a special until the end of, I think it's April. It's got almost a half price thing. Just ask me in Messenger and the rest for that too. Any information about it. Frequency vibration device. And it's called a Healy. But anyway, I'm not here to spruik stuff. I just love connecting with you guys and doing the card spread. So keep an eye out for other ad hoc little moments I might share as live streams through the days ahead. I am playing around with a platform called HAPS, HAPPS. I might show up on that a bit more frequently. Who knows? That's the surprise of what we can do. And you follow what your lead is with that journey over that rainbow in whatever way that you need to. Keep your balance happening in your day. Yeah, there's so many things I could share, but we have short time. I'm trying to keep it short here. I'll see you tomorrow morning at about 8 o'clock. Bye for now.